Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, I welcome you in the name of the mighty one, Chukwu, the greater God, or rather the greater deity of all deities. I welcome you also in the name of your Lord and personal Savior, Jesus Christ, depending on which of them you believe. May the God be praised. And the gods are also wise. Okay, my wonderfully made Biafran brothers and sisters, look at this very thing very well. Look at it. I want you to see what they wrote there. They wrote Delta State, right? Okay, there is a clip I will show you now. You are going to watch that clip. And that clip is all about Atlanta, Georgia stands still for IGBO Biafran born American kids, where they showcase their talent. My brother, Igbos to the world. We set the rules and others follows. Are you hearing me now? I will not waste much of your time. In fact, I will not bore you with too many talk. We'll watch this clip. And then we'll come back here to come down to analyze the message. Regardez.
Okay, ndị ọzọ ga-akpọpụta bụ ụmụ nwanyị ndị si Delta State.
Ndị be anyị ọ na-afụgo ka o si wee na-eje ihe a na-eme na ebe ndị oyibo na-akpọ Atlanta, Georgia. Well, ọ na-ewutekwe m ọwụ ihe mwute ụna na ọ na-agaghị anụ the sound of the background because of copyright issues. Anyway, let me tell you the music they are dancing. They are dancing to one of our icon musician by name Obuog Okonji. That is the music they are dancing to, one of his musics, let me put it that way. And things, my brother, as I said earlier on in one of my videos, I said we set the rules and others follows. And I'm very, very happy that this thing is happening. And I urge other Igbos in different countries to emulate this. This is one of the areas we can be showcasing our cultures, letting the whole world know that we mean business. We are not here to joke, unlike what the zoo is trying to paint us black and white. But as it stands, so my brothers, this message, they help me, they spread them, let it they go far and near. Look at how elegant they are, dancing like they were being born and bred in the shores of Biafra land, but very, very 1,000 miles away from their homes. They are showcasing the whole world that Igbos is really what they are and what they call them. Ndigbo, which one of the finest
you are welcome back
ever
and I know you have seen
tradition
it. It's
and
obvious.
cultures, including
it's
music.
quite obvious
because
that
when you go to the music
you cannot
industry,
hear
my
the
brother,
sound of the music they are dancing to. But I will explain because of copyright issues.
Anyway,
so that was why you are hearing my voice, but you are watching the dancing stairs. All those girls you saw on that video, all these grown-up girls, my brother, they are not, nobody import them from anywhere. Born, bred, and raised in the state of Atlanta, Georgia. I cannot say in the state of US because this portion where do this thing where you just finish watch. This one now Atlanta, Georgia state in the United States of America. So you can imagine how many, I think America have about 4 something states, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't want to be going to Google now. But let me just stand on my message so that I will not misstep or misshoot. So, in other states, they also have their own. You know what baffles me most in this? Our Biafran Igbo children born all the way in America knows that Delta State is Igbo state. My brother, the song you hear them dancing there is a Delta Ukwane song is what they are dancing. And they are fluent in Igbos, even more than most of us that are living back home. Most of us, their children back home can't even speak here because their parents are rich to the extent that they send them to international schools where they communicate on only the foreign languages. Look at them. Igbos very fluent. If you look at the background, you will see where they wrote Atlanta Igbo School and Focus Dance Troupe. Troupe. T-R-O-U-P. And they add E at the back. So that means nah troupe. You get the point now. I mean what I don't mind me. Okay, back to the business of the day. Our children that are born in all the way Atlanta, Georgia, celebrating what they call Igbo Youth Competition, United States of America, Atlanta Igbo School. I repeat, Atlanta Igbo School. Let me bring this message back home. How many of our parents back home, the one that is well to do, are sending their children to Igbo school? That's school that they will go and they will taught them everything they need to know in Igbo language. Is there any? There is none. Vitally in our school self, they do racist to our own self. In a class, when I was there, when we were going to school, they tell you that vernacular speaking is prohibited. In other words, they have already made us slaves long time ago without we knowing that it is exactly slave trade method. You must speak their language and eat their food. The reason why you see GMO food full everywhere, because that is what they consume, and that is what always kills them very quick. The rate of cancerous patients they have out there in Europe and Africa are not the same. In Africans, at least you can find, I repeat, you can, even if you cannot have money to buy, at least your backyard can give you an organic food that will sustain you. These guys, they keep eating canned food, all this GMO food, even GMO canned foods as well. All the vegetables are GMOs. So they want to control your life and control you. They want to destroy your land. That was why you see them forcing all the whole countries to legalize the genetic modified organism foods. Are you hearing me now? Igbo school in Atlanta, Georgia, all the way from Nigeria, or rather from Biafra land to Atlanta, they are speaking Igbo fluently. Like say tomorrow no day. Fanata Igbo ata. Fanata Igbo ata. But most of us who there for Nigeria itself, when you speak Igbo to them, they will be looking at you like, a bit like say, you don't know what you do. You think say, I can't hear. They could even deform. Because they don't want people to know say they are from Igbo. My brother, if you are not proud of where you come from, you see me, Okute, I am very, very 1,000,000% proud to be an Igbo man. But I can never come out and tell you I am proud to be a Nigerian. God forbid pattern. I can hit my chest and say I am proud to be a Biafran. But I can never be proud to say I am a Nigerian. Because Nigeria is a crime against humanity. Look at our children showcasing our culture. Out there, one day, we set the rules and others follows. Others have this, this community out there also. They can even have Yoruba community, Hausa community, Fulani community. But how many of them can be able to come up with this kind of a thing? How many? No, they can only know about Owambe. Look at what is happening in Olympiad in Rome. 2 arbitrary Igbo guys. The one from other state and the one from other states. The one from other state, spearheaded and sponsored by Alex Onya. 2 out of the 3 get double gold medal they are bringing to Biafra land. That was why in my publication yesterday, I referred them as 3 wise men from the east. I repeat, 3 wise men from the east. It's obvious that yesterday I couldn't throw more light what I meant by they have arrived Sokoto to save Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It might not be now, it might be in the future. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never finished. That this guy answered Mazen Nnamdi Kanu does not mean that nobody will come out tomorrow and say, okay, I key into the shoe of this young man. In fact, call me Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. After all, people are coming now to say, I am Martin Luther King Jr. Or I behave like Martin Luther King Jr. Some say, oh, I am like Mandela or South Africa. Of course, some people are bearing that name as well. So what they get, my brother, that is part of the future of Biafra. Tech. The future of every nation that want to move forward. Tech. Innovation. And that is what Onya is training these kids to be. Over 30,000 students. This man is training, sponsoring. Against what? Future of Biafrans. My brother, this is the reason. You see that thing that happened in Rome? Now we have created more enemies for ourselves. It happened in Russia. Now we have created more enemies for ourselves. The one that happened in China. Now we have created more enemies for ourselves. Courtesy of the zoo and their Western allies. They don't want to hear anything good about you. Each time you progress, they are seeing it as a threat. Because of their evil plans against you and me. Are you with me? That is the fact. Use yourself an example. Any day you begin to do well, you have a circle. Let me use this word, but I'm sorry to use it. You have a circle that maybe some people regard them as never do well circle. You understand? And in that never do well circle, you manage to escape poverty from that never do well circle. My brother, you see the rest of the gang. If you don't take time, they are going to buy you. Or if they don't buy you, they will make sure that they reduce you to join their group. Envy, wealth, success always attract enemies. It is natural. So we cannot run away from it. We want to keep growing. The reason why you see Israel are facing those enemies today is because of the progress they are making. That in all these countries, including Iran, their own Iran that is fighting Israel, including Turkey that wants Israel not to exist. In everything, in every appliances you are using in your house, as long as the whole of the world and 96 countries is concerned, in every appliances you are using in your house, whether electrical appliances or household appliances, there is a chip that belongs to Israel. That is the way they use to track, or rather to hack all the whole CCTVs in Iran before they buy that their supreme leader. In everything you are using, this phone you are using, oh, China make phone, America make phone, this one, Korea make phone. Inside it, there is one part that belongs to Israel inside this phone. And if they want to get you, they will get you. This is how they operate. This is how America operates. All these business bilateral agreements you hear countries are signing with countries is part of it. That you are building this phone now, and I need to contribute to it. So I have to bring my own pass, whether even if not only pin. But Israel, their own is that even if not small pin they give you, that small pin have tracker. Even if not small pin, that small pin have code. Even if not small pin, that small pin is enough to give them information they need about your country, or about your security architecture, or about your environs. That is Israel for you. And that is why you see they have so many enemies, because these enemies don't want them to succeed, and they are succeeding. The more they succeed, the more the enemies increase. So that is the same issue with this Biafra of 18. Back then, during the time of Tafawa Balewa, Kaduna Nzog, and the rest of them, there was an interview Tafawa Balewa granted that an Igbo man can never be. I mean, don't give. He said, let me, if I can be able to remember that exact word he used. He said, don't give Igbo man space. That if you make Igbo man a stewardship, that in 3-4 months or 5 months time, he will want to acquire that. A stewardship just as a worker in a company. Before you know it, just give him some months. He will dominate that area. He said, they have spirit of domineering. That is the reason why we cannot allow them to hold power. They said they have spirit of domineering. Not that your domineering is doing anything. You are going to dominate. You are going to make life okay for everybody. Everybody is going to enjoy. But they don't want it. They rather choose poverty over comfortability. That is the mentality of these cows we share the same country with. God forbid batting that I will ever come out to say I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I let people go to badge. Thunder fire anybody who go by force me to be a Nigerian. Are you with me? So that is it. That is the gospel truth. That is the gospel truth. Anyway, let us go to the comment section. Let me repeat this word I always use. We the Igbos, we set the rules and others follows. We make this happen and others follows. Okay, according to one of our brother here who spoke very, very anonymously, or who spoke very nicodemously, Rita Ejira said, hey, our abroad babes are trying to. My own babies have started speaking Igbo gradually, and I'm proud. Enuane, the intellectual hub of data. Enuane. Chineche melamo or de melamo, it is natural and unconsciously Igbos are taking over the world. What now remains is self-governance. So we can develop in science and technology to be among the world powers in finance and nuclear power. My brother, you are not far from the truth. Or for Meta say you are right, and we can't do that in Nigeria. No, they will never allow you to trend. Because they are angry. They are angry. A Yoruba man says, how can Igbo come to Lagos State and be driving big cars while he will be part of the state is not having anything? Say Igbos must go. That is the only thing. You go online, you ask them, maybe like you are seeking public opinion. You ask anybody online, how about the Igbos? They said the only thing you will hear is that they have domineering spirit. It's only the few scallywags who come and tell you they are evil, they are terrorists, they are ITOB. My brother, anybody who knows Igbo very well knows that Igbo man have no time for all this rubbish of their dirty business of terrorism. We don't have no time for that. Even if there is any Igbo involved in it, it must be our politicians, and that is how they play their dirty game. But an ordinary Igbo man think about how to make money, how to make his family proud, how to make his state, or let's say his locality proud. That is a typical ordinary Igbo man mentality. That's why they always say we too much like money. No, we believe that with money, everything is possible. That is what we believe. We don't have time for dirty business of terrorism. So our politicians who are doing it is just it for their own selfish interest, not for us. Okay. Chris Peter said, and me in Nigeria can't shake even leg. Okay, because of the dancing step. Now one day, these guys they finish work there as well. Chima Philip said, Ukwa the trumpet of Chidi Owabu Ofu. Are you alive? Let's hear you from the comment section. Ukwa the trumpet of Chidi Owabu Ofu. Okay, those one will say Ukwa no Igbo. Ukwa no Igbo. You know, I hate to use that language. Delta Igbo. No, you said Igbos in Delta. Igbo bofu. I say Igbo bofu. If you are saying na maybe or say na our dialect Igbo nweziri ngabase. Mana ekwo Igbo bofu. China one language man. Enwere Mandarin China. Enwere traditional China. Well simplified China. All of them are Chinese. If you learn Mandarin China, you have to also learn the traditional and the simplified Chinese. But all are still the same China. There is some places from province in China. Somebody from mainland China that go to like what all these riverine areas of China. Their language is not the same, but they are all Chinese. So Igbo bofu, inye mere ni Igbo ukine onu de na Igbo ofu. Manaozi the dialect usinke that is Uto Igbo. Kowa to Igbo. Biko correct amo ntokwe n'ugwu Hausa. I beg better don't say I don't talk too much. Chukwu okay for now. Okay, we say these girls were born and raised in the United States, but they are doing everything possible to connect to their roots and culture. Why someone is born and raised in Nigeria finds it difficult to assimilate? Somebody in Delta State now is telling you that I'm not an Igbo, but somebody who is being born far away, who makes research, because I'm very sure that most of them there knows how to make research. Not knows, they have gadgets left, right, and center. Both in their schools, it's been equipped. So whatever information is just like this, you tap it on your screen. Even on that self, I know as these guys are now that some people are still brainwashing them into believing that they are Niger Deltans. But they said no. They choose that we are Igbos because we have already know the truth. And that is how we keep on coming together and together. Listen to me, we are coming very, 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 very together. I mean, we are now very more close, more than before. I don't know about decades that I'm not in this life, but I can tell you from the 47 to 48 years that I've lived on this earth, this is the time I have seen Igbo from Delta rising up because of getting social media. And 1 day is too much now. Igbos in Osoba, in Akwa Ibom, all of them are rising up. Igbos in Ibanke, all of them are rising up. We are one, and togetherness we shall move this our ministry to the permanent side, and so shall it be. Let it be known that Igbos wofu, Igbo bofu, when Igbo Delta, Igbo Akwa Ibom, Igbo Ebini, no, Igbo bofu. Always in asuso winyeke wasiri onye obuna. Kachineke mezi okwu. If you find this message interesting, please always share, like, and comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media handles, and believe me, and we shall follow you back if the case arises. Have a nice day. I'm a regular content to bless you. Kachineke mezi okwu.